Hey, happy Earth Day! I am Leslie Plazz, author of The Audacious Adventures of Zazoo Plazz, part-time superhero, full-time mom. And today is day 22 of the April Zazoo Plazz video challenge. It's April 22nd, 50th anniversary of the original Earth Day. As I spoke about 2 days ago, if you want to go watch that to get a little more background on Earth Day. So today I was looking for something to talk about because like I said the other day, there's quite a bit about my experiences working in the state Environmental Protection Agency that I call CRAPE in the book, Connecticut Regulation of Energy and Protection of the Environment, for the state version of the EPA. So there's stories to do with that, and today I actually got a message from my old he's not that old. My supervisor in the communications department. He was the director of communications, and he said he wished me happy Earth Day, and he said he had just finished reading the Kindle version of the book and that he really enjoyed it, and he said that it brought back a lot of fond memories from the days when we worked in the communications department there. He's retired from state service now, but he's still active in his community, in town politics and everything. So he comes up in the book, shows up in a few different places, my boss Morris. So talking to him, I thought, well, today that sort of gives me an idea, because he said something about you enjoyed reading my version of events that had happened at the agency. And I thought, oh, that's good, because, how could we each tell any other version, really? When we're telling our stories, we're telling our version of it, right? Unless you're a journalist, I guess, and just giving facts. But the kind of book that Zazoo is, I disguise names, of course, but everything in the book is based on my life and events that really happened. So in the book, I talk about going to work for the state agency and getting my ID card, and this kind of popped up today. I was looking through my big bag of stuff, and I thought, oh, that's perfect, because I talk about getting my ID card on the first day of going to work as a temporary employee at the agency. So I would work for 9 months, and then I'd take 3 months off and go back over a series of years, over 3 years. So today I'm going to read the corresponding passage in the book that goes with this little ID card. It says, on my first day at the Connecticut Regulation of Energy and Protection of the Environment, CRAPE, in early autumn I wore my orange lizard print, see, my orange lizard wraparound print top and brown pants. You can't see the pants, but I'm wearing the top, see? With the shiny brown patent leather wedge heels, and smiled widely for my official seasonal or temporary employee ID badge. I'm lucky it came out well, because they reused it over the next 3 years. I look eternally youthful, yet woefully out of fashion within a short time. And then I go on to say how the animal print was appropriate for working at a state agency charged with the protection of wildlife. And then, of course, the shoes, the practical shoes. You can read more about that in the book. If you get the book, you can read that. It's good stuff. we only have 5 minutes today, so I'm going to make this short. But it made me think, looking at this, how many of us have ID cards from a job that you currently have or a job that you used to have? Makes me think, what is your identity? What does it say on your ID card? And how do you define yourself? Do you define yourself by, what it says on your ID card? In which case, I'm not here anymore, right? That's a past job. Something I did, I really enjoyed, but it doesn't define me, right? So what we're going through right now, a lot of people, unfortunately, are between jobs, or they don't know if their job is going to even exist when this whole quarantine is over. People's jobs and working lives are going to be changing. So because jobs are in flux, it's necessary to, I think, to define ourselves by our values and what God's mission is for us. Mission, remember that show, movie Mission Impossible? The show Mission Impossible? Well, it's Mission Possible, right? Because if you take your orders from the universe, from God, you just never know what you're going to be doing from day to day. You never know where you're going to end up. I think in the long run, Mother Earth will thank us for it if we take a different approach to defining ourselves. In other words, not by what's on here, but what's in here, in our hearts. I think that's something to think about. What is your identity? Do you call yourself, mom, spouse, daughter, son, mother, father, engineer, writer? What are your identities? And where do you see yourself? How do you identify yourself other than your job title? Something to think about today and this week. So that's all for today. I'm punching out, scanning out for my evening, and you have your assignment. And recycle, reuse, recycle. What was the other one? 3 R's. Okay. Reduce, right? See you tomorrow.